What's good, everyone? We are back, and we are a week from the NFL draft already. And this video, I'm pretty much gonna just talk about, the best landing spots for every offensive rookie in this class. And you guys probably already did your rookie dynasty draft. If not, you're pretty much gonna do it. So this video, it's gonna go ahead and help out and give you, a more of an understanding which rookies could probably start right away from day one, or potentially could start next year max. All right, so they have like a 2-year window where they could actually start and be that upside guy. So one of the guys I want to talk about is Carnell Tate. Obviously, he goes at pick number 4 to the Titans. He's an amazing prospect, and his receivers next to him, all he's competing with is Wan'Dale Robinson, Calvin Ridley, Alec Iomanner, Chamir Dike. I think it's wide open for Carnell Tate. He's clearly going to be the alpha number one. Cam Ward's already on the phone with him talking about, their future together. And alongside, he has play callers like Brian Daboll. Now, Brian Daboll in the past, he's worked with Malik Nabers, and that was his guy. And he made Malik Nabers an elite threat already his rookie year. And prior to that, he was an offensive coordinator for the Bills, where with his first year with Stefon Diggs, and Stefon Diggs in that year was elite as well. So it looks like every time Brian Daboll gets a number one receiver to mess around with, he gets them their targets. He gets them volume, and he's willing to work with them. And I think this is the perfect situation and perfect scenario for Carnell Tate. Now next, I want to talk about is Jadarian Price. Now in my previous videos, I've explained that I wasn't very high on Price, but here he goes to the Seattle Seahawks at pick 32, first round capital. I mean, Zach Charbonnet went down in January with a torn ACL, so the only guys he's competing with in that room is Emmanuel Wilson and George Holani, right? So not a lot of competition there. I do think it will be a committee. I think they went out their way that saying it will be a committee, especially in the past where it's been a committee with Kenneth Walker as well, because the guy averaged like 10 fantasy points a week alongside in that committee. So I'm expecting probably the same amount of volume he did with like K9, but Price, hey, at least he's gonna be starting from day one. I mean, this is a video not banking off upside and like what he's gonna be from 5 years from now. This is what he's gonna do now, and his value now is pretty high, and it's probably gonna be the highest it's ever been. So in that offense, he's clearly gonna be the guy. He won't be a workhorse back. Now, there's a I could be wrong on this guy because I kind of give him a little bit of like Clyde Edwards-Helaire comps, and Sony Michel comps in terms of production and what like previous first round draft capital guys who didn't have a lot of production coming in the NFL. But there is a world that he could be Josh Jacobs. He played 3 years as a true junior, and then got drafted to the Raiders in the first round. That could easily be his situation. So he could either be a Sony Michel or he could be a Josh Jacobs. We just had to see what happens. But we're just going off the Seahawks and what they did prior to the running back room. I mean, Clint Kubiak's not there calling the offensive plays anymore, so who knows if the new offensive coordinator, right, will give him more of a workload. So I think it's easy to bank on this guy, being the face of the running back room as of right now, and probably next year as well. And next, we're gonna talk about Eli Stowers. Eli Stowers, why I like his situation in this offense. I mean, Philadelphia, always a good team, but it could get tricky considering they rotate through offensive coordinators every year. Now next, they're running with Sean Mannion, who was under like the McVay tree, and I believe Kevin O'Connell. I got a lot of high genius minds on the offensive side. And Stowers, he's playing behind Dallas Goedert. Now this isn't going to be an instant start from day one, but Dallas Goedert, he is aging, and he has 1 year left on his deal. And the Eagles, they have a resume, man, of second round tight ends that they love, especially Dallas Goedert. Zach Ertz, another second round Eagle. and now it's Eli Stowers. So he could potentially walk in their footsteps and become, their next franchise tight end for the future. And I would say like Mekhi Lemon, but he's there with Devontae Smith, so I don't know. We'll see how it works with Mekhi Lemon. I still think he's going to be good, but this is strictly for Eli Stowers, considering being the tight end 1 in his position probably in the next year. Now, next is going to be Antonio Williams. Antonio Williams out of Clemson. He was a slot main, option over there at Clemson. Only played majority of the slot. Pretty much like 90% of his snaps were in the slot. And I mean, they didn't draft any other receiver. They didn't bring any free agent receiver yet. I mean, who knows if they try to bring in Brandon Ayuk, but as of recently, Brandon Ayuk has not been serious about football at all. So who knows if they get another free agent like Juwan Jennings or Keenan Allen, or Debo comes back. Who knows? But as of right now, what I'm saying is he's the slot as right now, and he'll probably get a lot of targets because the wide receiver room is wide open. Then you have an aging Terry McLaurin. Luke McCaffrey is pretty much their second best receiver as I look at it right now. And there's just not a lot of depth there, man. So it's easy for him to get a lot of short area targets. And, he could get his own for sure in that offense. But, I wouldn't be surprised if the Commanders do draft a wide receiver next year in 2027, where there's a lot of talented receivers. So after Antonio Williams' rookie season, if he does produce, I feel like in fantasy wise, you could pretty much sell him high right before the draft. I don't blame you. I think it would be the smart thing to do. So be on the lookout for that if you do have some Antonio Williams shares, right? Now, next, we're going to talk about is Chris Bell. Now, there's mixed signals and feelings about Chris Bell. In college, the eye test, he looks good. He looks good. He looks like a good athlete. And man, he could catch. He's a dog, man. At Louisville, he was a dog. To be honest, his situation is really good. I know he's coming off an ACL tear. He's rehabbing as of right now. He's running, jumping. I think in this situation with the Dolphins wide receiver room, it looks so open. I mean, you could make this talk for Caleb Douglas as well, who they took in the 3rd round. I mean, let's be honest, bro. This wide receiver room could be open to anybody. And the Dolphins, wouldn't be surprised if they bring anyone in free agency. But as of right now, like I said, Chris Bell, wide open situation to take over. So it'll be pretty interesting because, yeah, Malik Willis, he wasn't dealt with a lot. But I think Chris Bell, he has, he has some opportunity. And that's what we like. Next is going to be Nick Singleton. Nick Singleton, he was a polarizing prospect coming as a freshman. He was amazing his freshman year. Sophomore year took a little bit of dip. Junior year, he was really good. And then he went back to school his senior year, and then it was his worst season yet. It kind of might have costed him in terms of draft stock. But this guy, he's 22 years old. He's very athletic, and he's got the receiving upside. He's got the size. I think it's really good to bank on him, even though he was a day 3 running back, and his situation's really good because look, you have Tony Pollard, who's aging, gonna be 29, and he's gonna be a free agent, right? And then next is Tyjae Spears in the running back room, who's probably gonna be a free agent as well. And yeah, it's not intimidating at all. So if you see Nick Singleton in training camp or in any of these camps getting first team reps at all, I mean, man, it's going to be looking good. It's going to be looking good. He's got the most upside out of the rookies, considering that he has a good landing spot. All right, next guy I want to talk about is Justin Joly in the class. Justin Joly out of NC State, the tight end, one of the most active receiving tight ends in the draft, man. I think the Broncos had a hit here. He was one of my favorite tight ends in this class. And knowing his situation, Evan Ingram, he's not that guy anymore. He doesn't have juice anymore. I think Justin Joly could go ahead and plug in. He's 21 years old as of right now. And I think his receiving upside is amazing, man. It really is. He could route run. He could catch. He's got some good size, man. I think he's willing to do what Sean Payton was looking for, especially in Evan Ingram. and produce a lot more. So I think I love his situation, and you could definitely get him in fantasy rookie drafts in the third round, because that's where he's going, which I think is low-key of a steal. I mean, he's a fifth round pick, I get it, but hey, I think these are one of the picks that are a steal, and you can't really bat your eyes on it. But look, that's pretty much all. But I got some honorable mentions where it's not the most pleasing destinations and landing spots compared to the first seven, but you do got your Jonah Coleman's, because Jonah Coleman, he's gonna be in a committee, man. This is what Sean Payton does. It'll be a 3 running back committee. But listen, J.K. Dobbins he gets hurt every year. R.J. Harvey wasn't looking the best until J.K. Dobbins got hurt, and then R.J. Harvey again, he wasn't one of the best rushers in the team as well. He was more of a passing threat. He got all his points through PPR because of the receptions that Bo Nix would just check it down. Jonah Coleman, he can catch, he can pass block. He'll probably get more third down snaps than RJ Harvey, and I wouldn't be surprised. So be on the lookout for that. Tanner Kozio as well, one of the best receiving tight ends in college, came from Ball State and Houston, drafted out of Houston. Now the thing is he's gonna be playing alongside Brenton Strange. Brenton Strange is due for a contract extension that he'll probably get in the summer. Who knows? Because they still have to extend Parker Washington. But I think they are on the move to extend Brenton Strange, because Brenton Strange, he hasn't been that bad at all. He's actually been pretty decent at production wise, and he's been reliable, and he was a second round former pick. So Tanner Kozio, he would be like a 4th round dynasty rookie draft guy that you could go ahead and stash, right? Katron Allen is another honorable mention guy where I think, hey, I mean, the committee, it doesn't look too crazy. They just brought back Rachaad White on a 1-year, $2 million deal. Not like a cheap contract, right? It's a cheap contract. And then he plays alongside Ja'Cory Crossy-Merritt, a 7th rounder. Katron Allen, his rushing alone is gonna probably make him get a lot more snaps as it is. So don't be surprised if, yes, he's gonna be in a committee, but I wouldn't be surprised if he starts winning the job over these other guys. Even though I'm a big Rachaad White guy though. Damon Claiborne, he gets the Vikings draft capital in the 6th round. Another guy going to be in the committee though, but hey, looking around him, it's Aaron Jones, who's aging on a 1-year deal left, right? And then you got Jordan Mason, right? Jordan Mason, he didn't look too good last season with the Vikings when he had the opportunities. And to be honest, I think his chain is snatchable, man. I wouldn't be surprised if Damon Claiborne managed to get more, he gets more burn than Jordan Mason, right? So, and then the last guy in an honorable mention is Eli Raridon. He's a tight end out of Notre Dame. And, he showed some promise. He's athletic. But he's going to be playing alongside Hunter Henry, and maybe they drafted him just purely off of blocking, but who knows. Hunter Henry got 2 years left on his deal, and he's 33. It's not that big considering it's a tight end, right? Tight end age is it could go on forever, but Eli Raridon, it's a name to be on a lookout for. Maybe he could start next year for them, right? If Hunter Henry's not on the team, or maybe the Patriots just say, hey, we'll draft a tight end next year as well, right? But yeah, those are probably my personal favorite landing spots for this 2026 NFL draft. So let me know if there's anybody you think I'm missing out on, and who you think got a better landing spot compared to the guys I just listed in this video. And I'll be open to discuss and talk to you in the comments below. So go ahead and subscribe, and leave a like if you like these type of videos. And I would love to keep talking about this draft class alone, and going into next season. I mean, next season is going to be really fun. So I hope y'all enjoy the content, and I'll see you in the next one.